Greetings and grace. Come through, chocolate. Look at y'all. We got some more chocolate here on the Forbes list. Come through. He is your favorite Blerd. And of course, we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about what he does. We're going to talk about a lot of the stuff that he's been doing. Not only that, I was like, oh, shoot, I'm already subscribed to him because he's into tech and he shares a whole lot of reviews. He goes deep into different forms of phones and then some technology, some AI, etc., etc. So we're gonna have some fun. But before we get on into it, as you already know,
greetings and grace. Hey, your content creation strategy, it matters. I would love to help you take things to a whole new level. I break it down in depth so that you can rock it out, so that you can take things where you really want them to go. And you will actually be a cut above the rest. That's what it's about. And I'm going to include some amazing extras. Make sure you go on ahead, take a look at the course, get the video course. It's yours, and rock it out. All right. Talk soon.
all right, let's get on into it. We are going to read his bio. So in 2021, coming in at number 18 with earnings of 6.5 million, we have Marques Brownlee. He has a total follower count of 21.3 million, average engagement 4.32%, entrepreneurship score of 3. Marques Brownlee became popular for his gadget focused YouTube channel MKBHD, which posts reviews of everything from video games to drones to smartphones. The 2015 graduate of the Stevens Institute of Technology and 21 under 30 alumni, Brownlee has even scored interviews with tech icons such as Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and Elon Musk, who apparently selected Brownlee's video as winner of a nationwide contest to promote the company's new Model S electric car. So shout out to Marcus. All right, so check out his channel on YouTube. He's got a whole bunch of stuff, right? I was gonna pull up a video, but they're about 6 minutes long and then some change. So we're gonna look at some of his shorts and then we're gonna get into the technique and the strategy.
So if you have an iPhone in the US, you may have noticed that on the latest 16.3.1 update, Apple flipped a switch on everyone's phones that makes charging slower. Is what some of the headlines would say, but the real story is actually really interesting. So if you look now in battery health settings, there's a new setting called clean energy charging. And what it does is it tries to reduce your carbon footprint by only charging when your house is likely to be pulling from cleaner sources of energy based on your local electrical grid. That is kind of wild. Luckily, you can override it. You'll get a notification that says it's not charging and waiting for clean energy. You can bypass it. But the interesting thing about this one is this setting is opt out, meaning if you go to check your settings, it's going to be on by default. Now, charging your one iPhone at slightly more optimized hours won't make a big difference to your own personal carbon footprint. But Apple flipping a switch for millions and millions of iPhones at once will probably in total make a really big difference to total energy saved. A rare W for the environment. I also can guarantee this will be in a slide at the next Apple keynote. So if you have an iPhone in the US,
this is good to know.
So if you have an iPhone in the US, you may have noticed that on the latest 16, we have a new best designed folding flip phone on the planet, in my opinion, which is this.
Oh, they
it's
brought
the
it
Oppo
back.
Find N2 Flip. So these all kind of look like the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip if you zoom out enough, but this is better than that and every other folding flip phone I've seen for 3 key reasons. First is actually the crease. This crease in the middle appears to be the smoothest yet, not the highest bar since you can still kind of see all of them, but for a phone that folds in half and gives you a big 6.8-inch display, this is good. Then 2 is just the design across the board. Like I said, they look similar, but I like these flat sides. It's got a matte finish, and folded up, it is quite thin and gapless. But number 1 is definitely this cover screen. This cover display here is the biggest we've seen. It's 3.26 inches, which puts it basically at the same size and shape as the Palm phone, but it also has the right aspect ratio to be functional. So not only are your notifications readable, but there are widgets here and extra functionality. There's quick settings. And of course, if you want to take a selfie, you can open the camera and use the much better quality main cameras instead of the selfie camera. We have a new best designed.
Kind of makes me wonder if they're going to bring these puppies back. You remember them sidekicks? Remember the Kyocera Rise? Let me stop playing, y'all. Look, I'll go into tech now. I know I'm not the only one who still has a ton of their phones. Who remembers the BlackBerry? Oh my gosh. Okay, all right.
Okay, so
let me shut up.
So most brand collabs and special edition phones are pretty half-assed. They just are. Like, just print my logo on the back and pay me already. But Realme has made a Coca-Cola edition of their newest flagship, and They didn't have to go this hard. So first of all, it comes in these boxes, which have about 20 different Coca-Cola logos all over them. But then you get to the phone itself, and they've turned it up basically to an 11. They even copied the sheen of a fresh, cold Coca-Cola can. But it keeps going. Okay, you boot up the phone. The wallpaper is Coca-Cola, and every single one of the icons of the pre-installed apps is a customized Coca-Cola version of that icon. The charging animation is bubbling Coca-Cola. The preset ringtone and camera shutter and sound effects are Coca-Cola chimes and soda fizzing noises. You didn't have to go this hard. It also comes with about 30 Coke stickers, but probably the craziest thing is it comes with this SIM card ejector tool, a tiny bottle cap, and a small statue of the Realme mascot that looks like it's made of Coke. Look, I'd never buy it, but I gotta respect it. Okay, so most brand collabs and special edition phones are pretty
Somebody's gonna buy that. Like, that is a collector's item without a doubt. And most of the time, probably somebody's not even going to touch it. They're just going to put it in a display case because they love Coca-Cola. They probably have the original Coca-Cola bottles, Coca-Cola pillows, Coca-Cola blankets, the polar bear, all of that. The snow globe. Wow, that's deep.
Okay, so I don't know who needs to know this, but taking photos of the moon on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra is kind of actually ridiculous. So that's that folded periscope zoom at work. That's going to get you that 100 times combined optical plus digital zoom to see the details on the moon. And it's not one of those overlaid fake things that Huawei has been accused of in their phones in the past. Word on the street is iPhone is possibly going to be adding one of those folded periscope lenses in the next 2 to 3 years of the iPhone. But until then, this is what taking a photo of the moon on the iPhone 14 Pro looks like. And this is what that looks like on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Be sure to subscribe to see the full review of this phone when it comes out because there's a lot going on here. Okay, so
there's a huge difference with that. Not only that, I have zoomed in on the moon on an actual like professional camera, and like you could zoom all the way in. So it's powerful what he's saying. It's extremely powerful where things are going and just how developed the technology is becoming right within our phones. It's wild. I mean, seriously, most people don't even need a laptop unless you're in technology, you're doing editing, again, you're gaming, things like that. You really can just rock it out with the phone because you don't need that much. They have really mastered putting the tiniest things, the biggest things in the tiniest device. They've mastered that.
So the most overpriced item in all of the tech world right now is the Intel Mac Pro. So it's going to hopefully be replaced pretty soon. But as of right now, first of all, Apple does this thing where they never really lower the prices of anything as it gets older. So they're still selling it for the full price that it launched at in 2019, which starts at $6,000 and can be spec'd up to over $52,000. But then number two, it's being out benchmarked right now by a literal Mac Mini. Okay, watch my review. Apple Silicon's done wonders for the new Macs. And the $1,300 M2 Mac Mini is literally more powerful in CPU and GPU than the base Mac Pro. But on top of all of that, if you go to Google and type in Apple trade-in, it takes you to their trading calculator. And if you put in the serial number and specs of a perfect condition, maxed out Mac Pro that you could have bought yesterday, that they're selling right now for $50,000, they will offer you a borderline insulting $970. That's less than an iPhone 14 Pro. So this is pretty clearly at the top of the list now. The worst deal in tech, hands down. That's not even mentioning the $700 wheels with no brakes. So the most overpriced item in all of the tech world right now is...
That is accurate.
So
that
not
is...
a lot of people know this, but back in 2019...
highly overpriced. Okay,
right.
So there's a lot of stuff that he has, you guys. Like,
So
check out his channel.
US,
Definitely worth it. Because you know what? When it comes down to all of the things that's out here concerning tech, you want to make sure that you're getting the best, not just the best value, but the best quality for what it is that you're willing to spend, right? And when you think about where you're going to go and what you're going to do, you got to make sure that you're weighing the pros and cons. And what I love about what Marcus is doing is he's really going to deep detail of what's working, what's not working, how it works, and updates. I mean, this whole Apple thing, I need to go in, because I do have a software update. It was supposed to update, but you know what? Okay, I think I was tuned into a podcast, so I missed that. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that update, that recent update with this whole clean energy situation, I need my phone to charge fast. I got stuff I got to do. So it definitely needs to rock it out at a faster pace for myself. And so you got to know these things. And what's great is that he literally shares this information with you so that you can go ahead and rock it out for yourself. Now, if you're into tech, right, and you are Blerd, or if you're a nerd, whatever, and you have the ability to articulate the changes and you're really into the intricacies and the smallest, slightest detail of technology, start posting content on that. Start sharing, start showing those things. You know what I'm saying? That's like, like you could go ahead and review all of the iPod touches from the beginning to where they are now, right? You can go and talk about each of them, the timeline, the evolution. That's what I'm looking for. The evolution of the Apple iPod Touch. That's a free idea, you guys. Like, go for it and do something with it, because you know what? A lot of people, they want to know this information. And I'm one of those people. I like to watch these things because you know what? It's a lot of fun and there's a lot of information. And, there's stuff on like the phones that are invisible. There's stuff like those folding phones. I remember that joint. You know what I'm saying? So look, definitely connect. Make sure you go on ahead and you subscribe to Marcus Brownlee because 1, he's Black. 2, he's in tech. 3, ladies, looks like he's single, y'all. All right, so check him out, rock that out, and have some fun, because you know what? There's a lot that you need to learn, especially when it comes to technology, and you definitely want to get on out there and you want to rock it out. Yes, come through. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm super excited. I'm excited to see you guys win. Get your strategy going. All right. The time for you to get more strategic with your content was yesterday, and it's time to solidify yourself. So stop wasting your time, because guess what? In September 2022, Forbes dropped a list of the top 50 highest earning content creators from 2021. When preparation meets opportunity, guess what? Success always happens. That's Henry Hartman. Gary Vee teaches us to pump the content out. Grant Cardone teaches us that marketing is in fact signature sales, because if you're not posting content, guess what? 1, your audience will never know who you are. 2, you cannot educate them on what you do. And 3, no one will ever be able to find you online. Let me find out that you can build a global business without a social media presence. Because if you are failing to plan, you are planning to fail. That's Benjamin Franklin. Show your audience who you are. Educate them consistently and build your online presence by clicking the link below and grabbing the mini course that will help you create the strategy you need and you are looking for only $27. Go on ahead and grab that course.